What is up, Internet? AJ here, and welcome back to the channel on this fine Monday morning. We're doing things a little bit different this week as we're kicking off the start of something that I like to call Mini Vid Monday. But the way we're going to be doing things here is a little bit different than we have been doing, where Monday mornings are going to be a little bit shorter video, probably somewhere between 5 and 10 minutes, whereas we'll still have our Halcyon Tales playback on Wednesdays, and then Fridays, we're going to be doing the little bit longer form videos that we have been doing. So make sure you tune in back then. Before we get started here, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button and hit the bell icon for notifications when we post new videos. If you like what we're doing or you got something to say, leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think, and don't forget to hit that like button. Now, without any delay, let's get into it. Last week, I believe it was, D&D Beyond actually put out a tweet asking people to comment on the new feature that they implemented on D&D Beyond. This was their dice roller. And after about a week of toying around with it and kind of checking it out, I got some thoughts. So, as you can see here, I've got a traditional D&D character sheet on D&D Beyond. This is a character I'm playing in one of the online campaigns that I've dabbled in a little bit here. But what I wanted to show you guys is how the D&D Beyond dice rolling feature works. It's pretty simple, as once it's implemented, all you have to do is click on one of the scores here. It gives you lots of options. Don't mind the little icon that pops up. I'm using something to tie this into a virtual tabletop that I use. We'll come back to that in a minute though. So when you want to use it, go ahead and click on one of the big blue numbers, and it'll give you a visual representation of the dice roll, and it'll pop up in the corner there. So let's see how it works, shall we? Oh my. Yeah, that takes a while. And it takes a while every time. See, this is what I expected. It's an early version, it's still in alpha. So it's obviously not optimized all that much. I suppose I could get around that, but there is one slight problem. See, that wouldn't be so bad, except there's only two things you can do with it at this point. You can come over here and clear all, or you can come over here and scroll down to where it says Dice Rolling Alpha and click this to shut it off. Now, that turns off everything. Great, fine, and dandy, except then you can't use it. The thing I'm getting at here is there is no way to turn off the visual representation of the dice roll. So you can't just get this nice little box over here that'll give you the results. It's either on or it's off. What this means is every time you go to use it, it's going to bog down like that because it's not optimized. Again, it's an alpha, that's to be expected. There is one other issue that I've come across on here, and that is the limited implementation. Now, because it's an alpha, that could explain it, but you bear with me here. When you come to the character creation page, the ability score page, you do require dice rolls. You need something to input. Now, if they're going to have this sort of thing, why don't they have it here so that you can actually use the dice roller to put your stats in? The only place you can actually use it is on the character sheet, which doesn't really help a whole lot when you're making your character. So, what am I getting at? Well, here's what it comes down to. As it stands, there's just not a whole lot of use for it right now. Sure, you can choose what dice you want rolled, how many you want to roll, but there's programs out there that do this better than this actually does, or you could just use real dice. Now, I know that's a little bit difficult when you're playing online, but then there comes the other problem, is there's no implementation to use this with a virtual tabletop, at least not yet, and maybe there will be, maybe. Or maybe there's something else at play here. You see, I have this theory, or at least an idea, and it's that if there were to be an end-all virtual tabletop, wouldn't it make sense that D&D Beyond makes it? Okay, so look at it this way. You've got the character sheets. You got a dice roller. You've got a program that lets you build encounters. And you've got a market already set up for it. So if you purchase the books, you own the monsters, which gives you all the stat blocks, which you could implement into a virtual tabletop for D&D. All of these things add up to something that would work wonderfully for the website. And maybe that's the direction they're going. Maybe not. But it's not an awful idea. Think about it. If you already have all the tools in place, especially with everything that's been going on, you can literally run an entire game on the virtual tabletop all from one website. With a little optimization, it could go a long way. Now, I'm not saying that's what they're looking at doing. I have no idea. I don't work for them. But it's not a bad idea to consider. And maybe that's the direction they're going. If it's not, well then, honestly, what's the point? There are so many programs out there that already do what this does. And yeah, it'll probably get optimized, but until that point, there's basically no reason to use it. It's an inferior version of everything that's already existing out in there. In fact, things that you can find on your phone that do it so much better. So, they sent out the call to action. They wanted to know what people thought of it. There you go, D&D Beyond. There are my thoughts on the tool that you've implemented in D&D Beyond. I applaud the effort, and I'm sure there's a long way to go yet. And I look forward to seeing it when it's done. But until then, just don't bother. It doesn't really pay. So, folks, that's going to be it for me. Like I said, it's going to be a nice short video. I hope you guys liked it, and I hope it gave you a little bit of input as far as what's going on with the D&D Beyond website right now. So, have you tried the program out yet? Did you get different results? Did it run a little smoother for you? Maybe you have a better computer and it worked just fine. If that's the case, leave a comment down below. Let me know how it worked out for you guys. Maybe I'm missing something here. Well, that's our first ever mini vid Monday, guys. I hope you liked it, and that's going to be it to kick off your week with a little bit of D&D. Don't forget, we got a couple other videos coming out throughout the week. On Wednesday, we got our playback of Halcyon Tales, and on Friday, we're going to have our long-form video. So if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit the bell icon for notifications of when we post those other videos, and make sure to like the videos. Your interaction goes a long way towards helping the channel. And in the meantime, I hope you guys have a great week. I'll see you guys in the next video. Happy gaming.